is Louise Adrian. I've got some great tips on how to hostess coach. And hostess coaching is super important. I know a lot of people, when they book a party, they think if I don't phone her, then she has no opportunity to cancel. But that's the opposite. The better in contact you are with your host, the least opportunity there is for her to cancel her party. So I'm going to give you some of my tips that have really worked in all these years for host coaching. The first thing is, when somebody books a party, what I like to do is I like to make sure I give her an envelope, and on the front of the envelope I write the date of her party, I put 2 catalogs and some order forms inside, and then whatever the monthly offer is going to be. The other thing that I like to do is send her an email the day after I book the party with her, just with another email with any of the promotional material. So the offers for the month, maybe some infinity deals or any extra thing that we've got going on. So that way she's got it in an email, and she can then forward that email out to her friends and family as well. The other thing that I do is I call my host back within 48 hours to make sure that the date works for her. You know, they pick the date at the party, and what I would say is, you know what, Amanda, I'm going to give you a call in 2 days, and we're just going to make sure that this date works in your calendar. So I love to do that as well. The other thing when I'm booking the party with her is I make sure I let her know to keep the refreshments simple. 1 sweet, 1 savory, and 1 beverage is usually all they need for a party where you're not there for a buffet dinner. So then, after I've done my 48-hour call and I've sent out my email, obviously we are going to register her in the Mialisia system and send her the email that way as well, so that her friends and family who can't make the party anywhere in North America can go online and they can place an order towards the party. Let's face it, if you invite 30, you're probably going to have 8 to 10 attend the party. You may want to offer an incentive for your host having 8 guests in attendance, and you can decide what you want that to be. It could be something like paying for the shipping. It could be, if we've got an infinity deal, you might want to offer her the deal and you pay for it. Whatever it is, you should be looking at nothing more than $10, $15, somewhere around there. So offering her a gift when there's 10 guests is really key, because if you have 6 people or less, you're usually out to get 1 booking. If you have more than that, you might get your 2 bookings, but 10 people or more, 9 times out of 10, you should be able to walk away with a minimum of 2 to 3 bookings from that. So 10 is sort of your magic number that you really want to work with. Then about 2 weeks before the party, you're going to make a touch base call with her, and you're going to say something like, you know what, Amanda, if I could give you $200 in free jewelry, what would you choose? If you could just write a list of that, that would be really helpful for the day that we have your party. That way, at the end of the party, when you want to close it off, she already knows what she's interested in. And I know that a lot of times that changes when it comes time to go to checkout, because now she's fallen in love with way more pieces. But that's the beauty of Mialisia. If she makes that list of about $200 of jewelry, she gets more excited for her party, number 1. And number 2, she really wants to work on having those 10 guests in attendance, because what I always say is about 10 guests should get you around $200 in complimentary jewelry, plus you'll be able to get half-price items, and you can fill the rest of your order with that. So 2 weeks out, you want to touch base with her, make sure she's got her list of what she wants for her wish list, and touch base with her about her guest list. Remind her about friends and family. Remind her about co-workers. If she doesn't want to invite those co-workers to her party physically, they can go online and they can order as well. The third thing in your host coaching is usually 48 hours before the party. Get a head count. I always say to my host, you know what? I would love to know roughly how many people are coming, so I know how many catalogs to bring, and giveaways. They like it when you use the word giveaways. I only do 1 draw at my party, but I still want to know how many people are coming. And that also gives me a really good idea on, if she says she's got 6 to 8 coming, then I'll just say, you know what, when you're reminding people in the next 24 hours, just ask them to bring a friend, and I will do a draw for people bringing a friend. I'll give them a door prize ticket. And I give the same door prize ticket as I do for all the things happening at my party. I still only do 1 draw for a pair of earrings. So the other thing for me to keep track how many times I've talked to my host, the 48-hour, the 2 weeks before, and the 2 days before is I have a 3-check system in my day timer. So in my day timer, I want to see 3 check marks beside every party, and that way I know how many times I've spoken to them. So the first check mark is my 48 hours, the second check mark is my 2 weeks before, and my third check mark is 48 hours before. I know it's super, super simple, but it is the easiest and fastest way for me to be able to keep track of my host. The other thing is make sure you've added your host to Facebook. And we all know the Facebook invite is not the best way to get people to a party, but it is another way to get people to a party. And if your host has friended you on Facebook, then you can go in when she makes her event, and you can add yourself to it, or get her to add you to it, and you can make a post with your link for Facebook. Or even post one of Annalise's Look of the Weeks on there. So I hope that helps you. I will also include with this video my paper copy, a little bit more detail for you. But host coaching is super important. Make sure you do it and follow up. And I hope you have fantastic parties. Take care.